Today's video, we're going to be discussing how to turn cold leads into warm leads ready to buy. Now, this is going to be so important if you're any type of business owner that's trying to sell anything online, or even if you're trying to sustain your business for the future. As we're now in a trust recession, and as you can see, interpersonal trust in the United States is just going down and down and down and down each and every single year. And also, according to the stat here, established leaders not trusted to tell us the truth is now at 61% for business leaders, right? So if you're a business owner, this is going to directly impact you and your business, right? Because people think that you're purposely trying to mislead people, but you're saying things that are false or gross exaggerations. Now, this is causing consumers to be skeptical due to so many scams and oversaturation in the market, and simply now people only buy from people they trust and relate to. Now, content is simply the only thing that's going to take people from a complete cold lead that doesn't know who you are into a warm lead ready to buy. The thing that bridges the gap in between that is content. Because what else out there is there to nurture them, right? I mean, yeah, you can just dump them more and more retargeting ads in their face, or you could just, keep on messaging people. But without content, without something for them to watch, without something without something there to prove your skills, to prove that you actually know what you're talking about, to prove that you're actually an expert in your field. If you look at business as a whole in a micro detail, you can see that nurturing is at the core of everything. The only reason why someone comes towards your business instead of another business is because they simply got nurtured and they felt more comfortable or relatable towards you. Now, content is exactly what accelerates that. So in this video, I'm going to be going over the journey of a buyer, and I'm going to be explaining the content to trust funnel, right? And this is exactly how you're going to turn that cold lead into a warm lead ready to buy. So let me get right into it without further ado. So the first step to the funnel is the first impression, right? This is when your reel shows up onto their page and it's the first time they see you, right? So for example, this could be me here, and boom, one of my reels just came across your feed. Hi, I'm Neil, and yeah, okay, right, that's the first reel. After they view your reel, this is where they start building familiarity, right? For example, they liked your reel, and now your reel came up on their page again. So this is where they're starting to build familiarity with you. Now, the biggest mistake that people make or don't take into account is that they might like your content, but they still don't trust you enough to engage with your content, right? And obviously, if they like your content but not engaging, there's no point. But this is where just creating more and more content is simply going to, build recognition and slowly warm up people towards your brand, right? Why do retargeting ads work so much? Is because the more you're in their face, the more they get warmed up to you, or the more they actually hear about your offer messaging, right? So the exact same with content. And if anything, content is so much more powerful when it gets retargeted because it's not an ad, right? It's not forced into their face. It's not something they're purposely trying to skip by. So especially when content, or especially organic content, when it comes back on someone's feed, that means they're clearly interested, and it's very, very fast for them to get nurtured. Now, the decision to engage further. So after they watch your content, they've probably watched like 3 to 4 reels, you've come up on their For You page multiple times. This is whether they make the decision to engage further, right? So this is where they decide to follow you or just, again, keep scrolling past your content. And this is due because obviously, no one's going to follow you the first time they see you. So to combat that, you just need to, like I said before, you just need to keep your content consistent to stay top of mind, right? And now this is where trust building comes into play. So now once they've seen 3 to 4 reels, they've already made their decision. They're probably going to follow you, right? But one thing a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners make is that they just value stack, right? Now, value stacking is great, but anyone can do that. What makes someone really, really trust you and actually, maybe think of converting to a client of your business is, providing social proof. So without evidence or social proof, they question your authority. Now, what's the point of having people onto your page if they don't see you as the authority, right? No authority leads to 0 leads. Let me do this. So share client results, testimonials, proof of expertise through content, solidify trust. So for example, right here, right, how we took our client from 13K to 90,000 followers. That shows people that I know what I'm talking about. And not only did I do it for myself, but I did it for my client as well. Again, your Instagram stories is another one of the best ways to sell towards your audience. As you can see here, I'm going more in depth into how I took my client from this to this. And again, it's just very, very good. Now, again, another story here, I go over this stat right here. And it's just showing how I get such good results for my clients. And when you testimonial stack and client results stack, this again just further boosts your authority and makes people be like, all right, okay, yeah, I get it. You clearly know what you're talking about. Your service is good. And all it takes is for you to just put more of that, more of that, more of that into their face. And that's basically like your organic retargeting ads, right? Instagram stories are one of the best ways to sell towards your audience. Now, again, another one here, how I've been getting my clients leads. Again, another one, how I've been getting my clients leads. So this is just me value, and testimonial stacking, right? Now, if you do need any help with this, or if you have any questions about scaling your own offer through content, just message me here on Instagram. I know this video might seem a little bit confusing and you might not get all of it. So yeah, just my Instagram is right here. If you want to message me, have any questions for me, completely feel free to do so and I'll respond back to you. Now, after trust building, right, you've built up their trust, they're more warmed up to you, they clearly see you as the expert and the authority. This is where the next step of the content funnel comes into play. So emotional connection, right? So now that trust is going, they still need a deeper connection to become loyal. So in any sort of business, right, it really is a very, very nurturing system, right? It is literally a funnel. You take someone from barely knowing you, and then they get familiar with you. You build up trust with them by showing your service actually works. Now, to get them to convert and actually feel free to, and actually want to reach out to you, the most important part now is making them feel comfortable, but they need to also relate to you, right? Because a huge mistake that a lot of business owners make is that they over glorify themselves so much without showing their past. Now, when you do this, it becomes this, right? Because clients might think that the results you've gotten is impossible for them, right? So this is how a lot of creators make their audience feel. So this is their audience here, right? They haven't achieved the result they want to, and then you're here, right? So for example, this is me with 50K followers. Okay, this is terrible handwriting, but this is me with 50K followers, right? And this is maybe one of my clients with 1K followers. And that client, he's like, oh dude, this guy, he's way too ahead of me. He doesn't know what he's like. He doesn't know my position, and I don't think he can help me because I'm just way too low, right? But then the way I combat that and make my clients feel like, no, I have been in that position, is that I show the time in the past where I was stuck at 1K followers and I was also stuck in the same position as them. Now what's that gonna make them feel is that, oh shit, Neil actually knows what he's talking about, and he got to 50K followers when he was in my position. So clearly he knows what he's doing and he can actually help me from my specific situation. Because relatability is simply just so important, right? So you need to bridge the gap, so showcase where you used to be, right? So again, this is your audience. They have 1,000 followers. And then you could say, this is an example for me. So for example, I could say I had no idea what to do. So I started working as a personal trainer, and I first purchased a camera 8 years ago and started learning a valuable skill. I started building my personal brand. I started selling digital products, and then I started teaching the skill. And then this is now me with 50K followers, right? Now, this is exactly what you need to do. You need to bridge the gap. So whatever business you're in, if you're making yourself seem so over glorified, and then your client is down here, they're gonna be like, yep, the gap is way too big between us. He's not gonna care about me. He doesn't know what position I'm in. He or she doesn't know what position I'm in. You know, I don't think he's ever been in my position. He can't help me. But you need to bridge that gap and close it with your content. And that is just so, so important. Now, once you've got all these factors, right? All these factors here, the first impression, boom, locked down. Building familiarity, locked down. Decision to engage further, locked down. Trust building, they know you're now the expert, and now you've built the emotional connection. This is where you now need to turn warm leads into paying clients, right? So outreach is the final step to close. A lot of the times, people just expect to get inbound leads on autopilot. Now, if you're an authority, that might happen, but if you just rely on people to message you, then I guarantee you're missing out on at least 70% of business, right? 30% of leads will, no, probably not in 30, like 20% of leads will actually reach out to you. 80% of the lead flow that you should be getting and could be getting is from you actually reaching out to them, right? So this is where you need to do, even with trust built, most people won't take the first step unless you guide them. And yeah, outreach to every qualified lead, commenting, viewing on your stories, and following you, right? This list, like I was wondering before why I wasn't getting in leads, but then I looked into my audience and I was like, dude, I've been building my brand from 1K to 50K followers, and I literally have tens and tens of qualified leads viewing my stories every single day. What the hell am I doing, right? So I started messaging all those leads, and I guarantee you, if I was to help you grow, I would get so many qualified leads into your followers, and then I would also help you reach out to them. Meaning, you would literally get leads on autopilot, right? So it really is that simple. You just need to do this. But the key here is that you want to make it sound like a conversation, like it's just two friends talking. You do not want to sound like you're selling them, otherwise they're going to leave you on scene, and they'll see past your shit as well. Right? You don't want to be doing that. You want to be making it seem like it's a genuine, good conversation. And this is exactly how I've been able to get my clients here leads with the content strategy that we implemented into their business. ManyChat automations that send people towards their funnels. And this is how I'm able to predictably grow myself, get consistent leads on my followings, and do the same for my clients. So if you're one of those business owners and you want my help to grow and scale your personal brand and then turn it into a literal lead machine, attracting your qualified clients every single day, then you can learn exactly how my team and I will implement our whole system into your business in under 1 week. And you can just learn more about that in the description. Now, apart from that, if you do need any help, once again, if you have any questions about scaling your offer through content, if you have any questions about just content in general and how to actually market your business on social media, then my IG messages are completely free to you guys. You guys can hit me up. I'll answer your questions, let you know my honest opinions. I might even do a free profile audit on your thing. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you want more content about social media marketing and if you actually want to scale your business for 2025. And I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.